So hi everyone and welcome to Thankful Thursday. I'm happy that maybe some of you could be here. We changed the time from 6 p.m. to noon. So that being said, I'll just come on back to the mat here. I'll give you all a moment or two to come on. So today's topic is going to be a short, gentle kind of flow for finding more peace and acceptance. So useful these days, useful for anyone. Of course, if you do have the opportunity to do it outside, it's a lovely practice to kind of do outside. There's some landscaping going on, so that's not going to be an option as I'd hoped here today. You might want to have a couple blocks, a bolster, any kind of props that you might need. And to get started, we're going to bring our left hand into our lap, and the right hand is just going to rest inside of it. We're going to touch our two thumbs together, creating a little oval. You can lengthen up through the spine, maybe you soften your gaze or close the eyes, whatever works best for you. And just begin taking a few of those nice centering breaths. So if you're a yogi, you might be doing your Dirga. If not, it's three-part breathing. You're inhaling, filling the belly, the ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. And then on the exhale, reverse the direction. At the base of the exhale, the navel muscles come slightly in, slightly up, compressing that vagus nerve. Just continuing those nice, deep three-part breaths, letting the ribs expand like the gills of a fish, really letting the breath flow through your entire body. Knowing that this hand position in yoga is known as Dharma Dhatu Mudra, which is the gesture of tranquility. And so I'm also diffusing doTERRA's Serenity Oil. And so this hand position is going to help support the welcoming of thoughts and feelings without letting us become too attached to them. It helps to calm and soothe the central nervous system, moving us into that state of rest and digest. And it's going to balance the first 6 chakras with special focus on the brow, the third eye, Ajna chakra, really getting us into that witness frame of mind. It's also going to help direct the breath and the awareness evenly throughout the whole front of the body, which creates a sense of balance between alertness and relaxation, and allows one to experience the silent space between thoughts. And if you like, you can repeat the following mantra silently to yourself. I am able to follow my tranquil breath with a serene mind. I am able to follow my tranquil breath with a serene mind. And that's right. And so Walt Disney said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And isn't it interesting, I wonder if you already know, that when we pause to take the time to be quiet, to drop down into that place of inner peace, we are capable of so much more. You know, taking the time to find that inner peace creates so much more time and more space by allowing us to tap into our dreams, our desires. When we do take the time to focus on the things that truly make us happy, we not only have those few daydream moments of peace and joy, but we also align ourselves mentally and emotionally with what we do want to be throughout the day, do we not? This can be a life-changing practice or a means of recentering. You can simply become aware from now on of any time you are mentally telling yourself you don't want something or you don't like the way something is going. Whenever this happens, simply pause and take a few breaths and focus on what it is you do want more of. So I'd like to invite you now to take a few full and easy breaths in and just allow your beautiful subconscious mind to give you the gift of something you'd like to experience more of. Perhaps it's an image, a sense, a feeling, maybe it's peace or joy, whatever's right for you. Acceptance, anything at all. Just anchoring into that with a few more of those nice deep breaths. Beautiful, good, good, good. And then slowly coming back to the room, allowing the eyes to flutter open if you did have them closed. Shaking out those hands a little bit. And so another nice balancing kind of breath is called Nadi Shodhana, which is our alternate nostril breathing. So the yogic way of doing this is to take your right hand, the peace fingers will come up, and then you're going to lower the peace fingers and extend the other 3 fingers. So Vishnu Mudra is the hand position. If that's uncomfortable, you can always take the peace fingers and rest them on your forehead. Of course, you can just use any fingers if this gets too complex. And for our typical yogis, what we'll be doing, and usually it's about 10 rounds, is you start by gently blocking the right nostril and inhaling up the left. At the top, block the left, and then exhale down the right. So both sides counts as 1. And then inhale in the right nostril. Block that right nostril and exhale down the left. And then inhale left, block the left. Exhale down the right. Inhale right. And then block the right nostril and exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right nostril and exhale left, going at your own pace, of course. Inhaling left, blocking left, and exhaling right. Inhale right, block the right. Exhale left. Inhale left, block the left nostril. Exhale down the right. Again, inhaling right, blocking that right too. Exhale down the left. And then inhaling left, blocking the left. Exhaling right. And then inhaling right, block the right. Exhale left. So we end by exhaling left. Release the hand position. Pause and just take a moment, noticing what you notice, sensing what you sense, noting any differences. Of course, this can always be done just mentally too. In case you have any stuffiness, you might not want to block the nose all the way. A very safe breath. Of course, if you've had a sinus condition or surgery, you might not want to do it. You could always do it mentally though. And then gently coming back to the room. Perfect. So that's our Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breath. It's a very balancing breath. It can be done pretty much any time of the day. One of the reasons we did move this class to noon is because some of the practices were stimulating for 6 p.m. But that can be done any time of the day. It is nice to do though as well right before bed. It can be very relaxing. It's going to stimulate both hemispheres of the brain. All right. So we're gently, however you like, going to come up to a standing posture. So taking your time, coming up whatever way is right for you. So you can have I'm going to move this over to the side a little bit. You can have your feet about hip distance apart. I'm going to stand up nice and tall. This is called our mountain pose in yoga, Tadasana pose. So maybe you close your eyes or soften the gaze just for a moment and really feel your feet rooted down into the ground. It is lovely if you can get outside. I know it's cold in most places. I was going to do the class outside here today in Florida, but they're doing lawn work. But you can really feel your feet rooted down, that connection into nature. Even if you're in your home, you can sense into the ground beneath the home or the house, the floor, the mat beneath you. Sometimes it's kind of nice to just gently rock back and forth a little bit here as well. Really feeling all the points of contact between your feet and the ground or mat, floor beneath you. And really spread your toes wide. Lift the arches of your feet. Notice if your feet turn in or turn out a little bit. And really get even in the feet. And then turn the palms of the hands forward as you lengthen up through the crown of the head. Noticing if you're leaning a little forward or back, correcting any postural imbalances or changes there. Maybe just moving the hands back and forth a few times. And sensing into how all the muscles connect us throughout the body. And allowing the eyes to open if you have them closed. And so we'll be beginning with this very slow, just movement of the arms. Some people call it a sun breath. So think about inhaling up. Look up, let the hands touch, and then exhale, bring the hands down into that prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Matching the breath with the motion. So three more times. One more. And release the hands. You can shake them out. You shift a little bit side to side. You can circle your hips if it feels good for you. Move into what can be called a bhavana, or a visualization, thinking about anything that you want more of, whatever it was. Maybe it's peace, acceptance, so something that brings you that great peace, joy, acceptance. And we'll do a little nada yoga, which is movement with sound. So really getting that image, sense, or feeling, and then bringing your arms out when you have it. Inhale, and it's Shamaya, bringing that image, sense, or feeling into your heart. And again, inhaling the arms out, getting a real good feeling, sense of whatever it is you want more of, peace or joy, acceptance, and then inhale. Shamaya. And one more time, arms come out, getting that image, sense, or feeling. Inhale, Shamaya. Nice, and then shake that out. So the vibrations we make from chanting are also going to stimulate the vagus nerve, which moves us into that rest and digest, as does the three-part breath when we pull the belly button in. So again, you can shift a little bit side to side. If it's comfortable, you can bring the feet together, take the arms overhead, and inhale, exhale, lean all the way to one side. The head can look up or down. You want to make sure that both feet are equally bearing the weight, and then inhale back up. And then exhale, switch sides. So our standing Ardha Chandrasana, or half moons. Just go ahead and begin to circle the arms gently around, not too fast. Nice, light, gentle kind of flow. You can even step your feet apart and take one fist to a lymph node and one to a kidney, and just kind of tap gently, releasing anything that needs to be released there. Good, good, good. And then we're gonna begin to kind of fold our way forward. So soften your knees just a little bit and just come forward. You can round if that's comfortable for you. Of course, if you have any osteoporosis, then you'll come flat back. Once we get into that forward fold, Uttanasana, you can spread your feet pretty wide to begin here. You can either let your hands rest on the block or on the ground. Maybe you hold onto your elbows and kind of gently rock side to side, really letting your head hang heavy with gravity, and just relaxing here. And that's right. A couple more breaths. Nice soft backs of the knees here. We're going to bend our knees a lot and bring our hands to the ground. So to do this one, turn back to the front. So turn your toes out. You can keep your feet really wide. We're going to come into a squat or malasana. And so some people are going to be flat foot. I'm just now beginning to get back into my flat foot malasana after a total hip replacement in June. But you might also be up on the balls of your feet, and if you need a more restorative, you can always prop up a few of those blocks or something else from at home underneath you. If it's comfortable, the hands can come to prayer. You can press down. If you're seated or comfy, you can lift one arm to get a little side stretch, and then the other, whatever works best for you. So finding that malasana kind of squat that works best, you can move it around a little bit, stretching out. Gently bring the toes back forward and step back to a very gentle downward facing dog. And your butt is going to be the highest peak of the triangle. Your fingers and toes are spread wide. Your shoulders are engaged. You can walk the dog. Let the head hang heavy, loose. Up like a rag doll. Just relax here. Nice deep breathing. Maybe lowering one heel then the other. If it's comfortable, steady the dog dog and take about 5 breaths. Nice deep ones. So downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana, is an inversion. It's not a crazy headstand or anything, but our inversions are very balancing to the central nervous system. And it also has a lot of really good places that it's stretching out muscles in your lower back and your legs. So it's one of the greatest positions if you only have a few minutes to do. You can also come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, stretch them out, and then lower the heels to wherever they go a few times to really get that sense of stretch going. Just lower the knees down. We're going to come to what they call simple seat or comfy seat. So you're welcome to come into half lotus or full lotus if you prefer that, but a seated position. If you need to prop something under your bum in the back to make the knees comfortable, or prop something under the knees, either way. And then just begin to gently and slowly spiral it out. A gentle but full stretch all over the body here. And then reverse that direction. When you feel pretty even on both sides, come back to the center. We'll take our left hand to the side, inhale the right up. Come to wherever's comfortable. If you feel you need a little more stretch, feel free to lower to a forearm, but don't push yourself. This is a gentle kind of flow. And then inhale back up. Exhale, switch the direction. And then come up. Inhale both arms up. On the exhale, take your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. If you're seated on something, you might move it for this one. Now inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist towards the back of the room. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. And one more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. And take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Just one more. And twisting it out. Nice. Return to the center. And from here we'll come to all fours. So we'll do our cat-cows. Another one of my all-time favorites. If I had to choose probably 3 positions, it would definitely be, cat-cows and downward-facing dogs. And so taking your time, fingers spread wide, wrists are below your shoulders. Exhale, round. And inhale to arch back and forth. About 2 more. Last thought. And then return to central table. If you like, you can tap the toes, kind of gets the blood flowing, warms you up if you're in a cool place. It's just fun if you want to do it. And then we'll take that right hand to the front center of the mat. Inhale the left up. We're going to thread the needle. So just come to wherever you're comfortable. You might be up high, you might be down low. You can always extend that right arm straight out if you need more. It can come behind, loop around. If you want a little more, tuck the toe to stretch neck and shoulder. And just take 3 breaths here. After your third one, slowly come up, draw that right hand back to the center, stretch the left up one more time, and then we'll switch the sides. So we'll take our left hand front and center, inhale the right arm up, thread the needle through on this side to wherever you are comfortable. Option 2, bring it around, and then 3 breaths. back, left hand comes center, right arm lifts for that counter pose. We're going to slide it back to Child's or Balasana, so you can keep your knees together or spread them out. If you prefer to do it restorative, you'll put your bolster there and put your abdomen on top of it. You can have your arms stretched out in front or behind you. And just really take a few deep breaths here. It's nice to take the forehead and rock it back and forth across the mat, really tapping into that third eye with a sense. So about 3 more breaths here. Slowly coming up, I'm going to draw the knees all the way together. I'm going to use a bolster for comfort for this one. You can come into a thunderbolt kind of hero where the knees stay together and the feet will come to the side. So if that's not comfortable, you can kind of prop yourself up. You can sit on a block. So you can stay seated upright or you can begin to recline back. So I'm going to use props to do the reclining part. I like a block underneath my neck. I'll just take about 5 breaths here. So really letting the heart open up in this gentle kind of back bend. After your 5th breath, make sure you come up peacefully and easily, so evenly on both sides. And so we're going to come with our right foot to our inner thigh and our left foot straight out in front. So you're welcome to use a strap or any kind of props you like. You can inhale up. We're just going to come to wherever is comfortable here. So you want to keep a flat back for as long as you can. We'll take a few breaths here. So it's called head to knee or Janu Sirsasana. Now on your next exhale, really deepen down. And then slowly roll up. And we'll switch the legs. Taking your time in between, squaring off those hips. Inhale up. Exhale to fold, keeping that extended back. All the vertebrae in alignment, couple breaths. Next, exhale, deepen. And then slowly round your way up. You're going to extend both legs. For a seated wide forward fold, you can use props if you like. So just gently lowering down to wherever is comfortable for you. And taking those nice deep breaths here. About 2 more breaths. Very slowly making your way back up. And it's kind of nice to bounce the legs in a little bit and then bend the knees and maybe gently windshield wipe them side to side here. Create a little space on my own mat here as we begin to roll back down onto our backs. So you might have a block nearby for one of our last things. But we're going to slowly begin to roll it down. We're moving to that figure 4. So you can take the left foot on top. So sometimes it's called reclined pigeon. This might be plenty for someone. Someone else might need a little more. Sometimes folks like to bring the hands around to the front, wherever you're comfortable. Some folks like to stretch the leg. So just taking a few breaths and noting what feels best in your body. Opening up that left piriformis, your outer hip muscle. And then releasing. We'll switch sides. This side's going to be my surgical hip, so it's still a little tighter. But getting more and more flexible every day. So evening out both sides. Lower the feet down for a moment. So you can either hug your knees in, or if you like to do happy baby, your hands can come to your ankles, your big toe, the soles of your feet. You want to keep your shoulders, your chin tucked, everything nice and flat if you're doing happy baby though. You can rock it side to side. You can even extend one leg and then the other, stretching it out. If that's not comfortable, then just please go ahead and hug the knees and rock out that lower back. It's all fine. I want this to be a nice and gentle practice for you. Good, good, good. And so, we will now move into, so we can do a couple different kind of balancing inversions. If you had a wall in front of you, you could just have your legs up the wall. If you do a lot of shoulder stand, you could come into full shoulder stand. We can also just use a block or even the cushion and just bring our legs upright so we're getting that inversion here. And we'll hold this for about 10 breaths. Of course, you could be holding it longer if you wanted to at home. After your 10th breath, you can circle the feet out a little bit. Gently lower the feet. Lift the butt and very gently lower down. And we'll bring our arms out to a T. And we'll take both of our legs off to the right. We keep both shoulders flat, gaze to the left. A few breaths here. And then inhale the knees back up and switch to the opposite side. Keeping that right shoulder down, a few breaths. And bringing the knees back up, stretching your arms and legs out long and tall on the mat. Any little last minute movements. If you need any props for your final resting pose, that Shavasana meditation, and add those. So setting yourself up however you like. Be adding a little of my Serenity oil. When you're ready, either softening the eyes or closing them completely. Just sensing into the space around you. Noticing the temperature of the air on the skin, warm or cooling. Recalling any thoughts or intentions from the beginning of class, maybe where there was something you wanted more of, an image, a sense, or a feeling, bringing that to mind now. And breathing into that. And then simply letting go. There's nothing left for you to do. Nowhere to go. Just be, allowing the breath to deepen. Whole body resting on the ground. Back of the head, shoulders, muscles of the neck at ease. A cushion for each and every vertebra. And hips, buttocks, and sinking in. And back of the legs, and heels of the feet. Grounded. Entire back of the body. Heavy and sinking. Like a stone in sand. Comfortably relaxed and at peace. Top of the body light and buoyant, as if floating on a cloud. And a global sensation of both the heaviness and the lightness of the body simultaneously. Body heavy and light, heavy and light, heavy and light. And it is amazing how things can be whatever you pay attention to. And sensing into the mouth now, upper lip, lower lip, the space between the lips, and the inside of the upper teeth, lower teeth, tongue and jaw relaxed. And the inside of the cheekbones, hollow tubules radiating from the inside of the cheeks to the outer peaks and valleys of the ears. Bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril. The difference of temperature between the inhale and the exhale. Both nostrils hollow and empty. The eyes, orbs of sensation, shimmering energy. Upper lids, lower lids, the space between the lashes, brow, forehead relaxed, and eyes sinking deep within the head to that space where inner peace and tranquility is always available. Tracing an invisible line back from the brow, through the scalp to the nape at the back of the neck. Shoulders, upper arms, melting and relaxing down. Elbows, wrist, peaceful and easy. The hollowness of the palms of the hands. And all of the tiny bones that make up the fingers. Right rib cage, left rib cage. The hollow notch at the base of the throat. Breath flowing in from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes, releasing out anything you no longer need. And then breathing in from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head, drawing in the strength of the world, the universe, nature, those around you. And that's right. The whole body breathing, relaxing. You can even imagine inhaling up through the left sole of the foot, all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhaling all the way down the right side of the body and out the right sole of the foot. And then inhaling through that right sole of the foot, up through all of the muscles, organs, tissues to the crown of the head. And then exhaling back down, releasing out the left sole of the foot. That's right. Feeling that whole body peaceful, balanced and relaxed here and now, knowing that you can return to this state anytime you wish. Whole body relaxing on the ground. And that's right. And gratitude radiating from all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Very, very slowly, when it's right for you, begin to invite some movement back into fingers, toes, maybe little tiny wiggles at first. You might move the head gently side to side or lift the lips, and then begin to perhaps circle wrists and ankles. Whenever ready, maybe a big inhale to stretch those arms and legs out long and tall on the mat. If you like, you can exhale and hug your knees back into the chest, rocking side to side. Making your way, when ready, to a fetal position, lying down on your mat. You can rest the head on the bicep, part of the arm, and just breathe. Thanking the body for all it does. Just noticing any shifts, recalling any intentions, goals, or maybe it's a peaceful, joyful image, whatever it might be, a sense of feeling. Just taking a few breaths, anchoring into that, and whenever it's right for you, take the elbow closest to the ground and the opposite palm. Use your upper body strength to press up, and come back to that seated position. If you like, you can bring your hands to heart center for our position. Thumbs can come to the forehead for honest thought, to the lips for honest speech, and to the heart for honest intention. And I say namaste, meaning the light in my heart shines in the light in yours. And so thank you so much for joining me here for our Thankful Thursday. The website is unwindthemind.biz, available for private yoga, yoga therapy, hypnosis, NLP, aromatherapy with doTERRA oils, Reiki trainings. We have a meetup here every Wednesday that's therapeutic Hatha yoga. The 21st, which is a Saturday, we have an all-day Reiki 1 and 2 training. Sunday the 22nd, we have a Sambal healing meditation. And then the final day of the month, well, it's the last Monday, I think it's also the last day of the month, the 28th, is our group hypnosis meetup, and it's going to be on gratitude, of course, and positive focus. The meditations from the beginning of classes I write, my book is being worked on by the editor as we speak. If anyone has any questions, any topics they'd like to see covered in a future Thankful Thursday, please do reach out. You can email me or private message me. We post all of these videos not only on Facebook Live, but also on the free YouTube channel, so that if you miss one, or if I'm not available one week, you can come back and watch them. Feel free to share, to like, to let people know about it. And I hope you find something to be thankful for today. Thanks so much, and namaste.